Welcome to Pagan Crafting. I'm your host, Cara. Today on the Grimoire with Me series, we're going to make a pop-up altar. This pop-up altar can be put into your grimoire, to an art journal, or into a secret book that you can hide in your bookshelf. Or you can take it with you as you travel anywhere you'd like. Join me today with PDF downloads as we make a pop-up altar. So I'm excited for today. Today's little pop-up altar can also be used as a secret book, a secret altar that you can have hidden away. We have come a long ways through our journey with the Grimoire with Me series, and we have a few more pages left. Now let's have a little look here. I'm thinking we're going to draw on our altar here. Let's draw it in a little three-dimensional. Just using the width of the ruler to make it very simple. I thought I'd start off with drawing the border around the page. It's approximately an inch, inch and a quarter thick, making a border. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to draw in, I want you to be able to look like you're looking into the picture. So we're going to do a bit of perspective drawing. Super easy as pie. Now we just outlined it with a Sharpie to bring it to life. Having the altar table here too. Oh wait, now a word from our sponsor. And that sponsor is me. All right, today's PDF downloads. We have a neat little god and goddess. We have the 4 elements, a pentacle, a little cauldron. I have 2 sizes to choose from. The first page has all the drawings right here. The next 2 pages, I have them blown up. I found I needed them a little bit larger for my drawing book versus the page that has them all will be good for smaller ones. So as you can see, I enlarged like the broom, the wand, the theme. I made them a lot bigger, and I hope that'll be easier for you when you're doing the larger books. Because after I painted all the sheets, which I'm about to do with you, I found that some of the figure, like the god and the goddess, was just too small for that. And I wanted my chalice a little bit bigger. I wanted my book a little bit bigger. The cauldron, the broomstick, and the wand were too small once I cut them out. It would have fit a nice journal perfectly. But now we're going to rock in some color. So I'm just going to, what I did is I always print this out on cardstock, just some simple white. And I'm going to bring in some watercolor. Playing with the chalice here first. Corrigan the Crone, if you're watching, I saw this stamp that you made, thinking of you. It was so cool. I love the little moon, how it faces up that way. Oh, that's a good thing about watercolor. You can dab that out again. And just layers, layers, layers. When you're doing watercolor, you can simply just haphazardly lay down some paint, thicken it up, I do a couple layers of the same color, and then it makes it look like I have a couple different tones. So I did a couple shades of grayscale. Now I'm adding in some lilac over top of that. And we're going to go on a little bit of a speed mode here in a moment. Because I want to show you just like this one here. Let's do our crystals. I just added some water. Then I'm just dabbing in some color, pulling some color down. And if you add too much, I dry off my brush and I pull it up into it. And then when it dries out, it looks like the crystal. It looks like a crystal. It has the variance of colors, adding some citrine for the amethyst. And this sweet little theme here. It wound up being pretty small for the size of my book, so that's why I printed out some larger pictures for you all. So I'd just like to show you just some easy watercolor. Just laying in the color. I'm actually doing it quite quick, even though this is sped up. I'm just laying in the color quick. It doesn't need to be perfect. This style of painting, just quick and easy. And again, you can always do some more layers if it's not dark enough. And one of my favorite crystals is a giant fat clear quartz crystal. I got it in South Dakota on a road trip one time at these crystal caves. And so I didn't really, you can make this crystal any color you like, but this just reminds me of that crystal that I have on my altar. So I thought I'd throw that in here. Now you don't have to use all the items on this page for your pop-up altar. You can choose, you don't need the crystals if you don't use crystals. If you don't vibe with that at all, that's totally cool. If you prefer, you can use a chalice or the cauldron or both. They represent a lot of the same things depending what it means to you, what you use it, or if you just want to have some fun and put all these little items on the altar, that is totally cool too. That's what I did. I squeezed in all the little items I painted onto my altar. Again, just nice light little washes on the candles. I got little moons on this one too to represent the kind of go with the chalice, the moon theme. I thought it looked cool. I should have put a moon on the cauldron, but I was feeling the Trinity. So at first what I did here, I made a mistake and I got some green and yellow in there, so I blotched it with and I kind of liked how it turned out, so then I went back over it with some green and I like the two layers. Happy little mistake right here. Let's do this again. So I colored the whole thing in blue, blotted it, went back with the same blue, and I liked how it turned out. Leaving it, feeling it, so went back in with some orange for the fire with a clean paper towel each time for each blot to blot out the excess paint, and then going back in with a little bit of a darker color or the same color again. It'll look cool. Now I'm going to match up some of what I did with the chalice. So coming in with the grayscale first. I really want kind of like some silver candlestick holders. And then as you can see here with my cauldron, I want it being so dark. But I like the blotch look, so we're going to go with this. So now I'm going to go back again with the darkness and I'm going to keep the highlight of the lighter blue. So again, doing a water wash, starting off with that, and just drop in paint here and there. Now the paint of the watercolor will only go where you have already put down water. So it's not going to blotch out, but even if so, it's just going to, you can cut it all out anyway. Bringing in our divine masculine, our little god. And I love those blues coming in. Sharing the purples as well. Then in any excess paint, you can blot it or just use your paintbrush. And I'm just going to do a quick wash over the pentacle. You can go whatever color you'd like. I'm just feeling metal. I'm just going to do a wash of some grayscale, then add in some shadowing. And again, if you put too much, a little blot, and that's totally cool. Ooh, it's gonna look cool. Again, just building up the layers and you can create some really cool depth. So now I'm gonna just work on building up the background. I'm just gonna go a grayscale. You can paint your background, your walls, whatever colors you want. I'm just choosing to do a very neutral color because I have lots of colors coming in with all my little altar pieces. But please feel free to paint whatever colors you want your walls to be. So I'm trying to go with a little bit of a thinner wash, as you can see here, but I could always build up a little bit more depth. And this one I added an ever so slight blue tinge to my grayscale wash. I just wanted a different shade of gray for my tablecloth. Again, please use whatever color you want. I just happened to change up my altar with the seasons, with the Sabbats. So I think just a neutral color is what I'm going to go for, because then I can change up my altar throughout the year if I want to bring this book around with me too. I think I'm going to make a second pop-up altar just for a travel book, because this book's so big it's kind of hard to travel with. But I really, really, really would like a little pop-up altar in a travel book for sure. Again, just building up some more layers and depth, and then blending it in with another brush that doesn't have so much paint on. So you could use a paper towel to do that as well. Now that we have everything all dried out, we're gonna cut it all up. And I also, what I did here is I made a stamp. I made a stamp a while back and it says Pagan Crafting. This stamp is a super rad sigil that now I can like bam bam cruise it anywhere I'd like, and I think it's gonna go on the back of my wall. It's the first time I've stamped it, so I had to look at it to make sure I get it the right way. So this sigil is Pagan Crafting. So I'm going to put this right at the top. And you can hang a little picture here if you want. You could draw a picture. You can stamp something up here on your wall. You can draw a little tapestry. You can do anything you like on your walls. It's your altar. So now I'm going to cut about a 1/2 inch or a little bit over a centimeter strips of cardstock paper. And these are what we're going to use to help pop up the little items, just like we did when we had little pop-up books when we were kids. So now you can arrange your elements however you'd like, depending on your beliefs. There's no right or wrong. And I think I'm going to put my broomstick leaning against the back wall. There's my wand, my god, my theme, my chalice, cauldron, my raven skull, some crystals, a little parchment, book of spells, and my candlesticks. Then I'm going to use some, it's kind of like a lifted foamy tape. It's this double-sided sticky. And these ones I want to give it kind of a raised look. Then it's not so two-dimensional. So these ones I'm not going to do the pop-up, but we're still going to give them the raised feel to them. And I like this stuff because it's actually not too bad. I'm able to take it off and move it around if I don't like where I put it. Doesn't seem to tear the paper. So yeah, see, I wound up moving the cauldron a few times. Yeah, this double-sided sticky foamy tape's great to use. It's really good for making cards and crafts that way, scrapbooking. So I did 2 layers on top, beneath the book to stand it up even higher. And my parchment, I'm going to move that around a little bit here too. Now for my wand, I kind of want that in the front. So I want to just kind of rearrange in my crystals, and I think it'll look better at the back actually. First I was thinking the front, and I have a lot on the go because that's where all my little pop-up guys are going to be standing. So I'm going to pop up the candles, the chalice, the raven skull, and the god and the goddess. And you don't have to use the god and the goddess if you don't want to. Again, these all depends on your beliefs, or if you just feel like having a fun little Grimoire pop-up altar, you can do with these PDF downloads. Now these PDF downloads, you can find them on my Patreon, and you can find them on my Etsy store. There you'll be able to download these PDFs if you're a Patreon member. Especially if you're a part of the Grimoire Club, then you get all the PDF downloads. And if you're in the Cover and Meet Me Witch category, you get all the PDF downloads as well. So what I've done here, I've folded the paper into 3 different parts. Then I'm going to be gluing the front face of the pop-up part onto the front of the longer bended. So taking the 3 parts, sticking on one on the back, you can adjust the length of your paper however far you want your pop out to come. Now remember, when you're folding the book, you have to think about that too. So at first I thought these candlesticks would be good where they are. I wound up folding too much paper. I didn't need that extra bit, so I'm cutting that off. So after checking out my candlesticks, I find that they're sticking out too far because I want my god and goddess to be about where the pentacle is and the book is. So I have to take those off again. And I'm just going to fold it. It's about 1 inch long instead of 2 inches in front. There, I think that looks sharper. Now it's not going to come out over the book. I can easily move the book up, but I'm feeling the god and the goddess is going to be coming out about 1.5 inches off the back side of the page. We can't forget about the chalice either. I don't want that coming out as far either. I want that kind of in the background. But you can adjust the length of any one of these however you'd like, depending on what you want to see. Maybe you want your crystals in front, you want the god and the goddess in the back. You maybe prefer your wand right in front of your pentacle, or have it up against the wall like I did with the broomstick. Have fun, arrange your altar however you'd like. All right, so now that you've got your god and your goddess all mounted on there, you got everything on your altar set, you can choose to position now your pentacle and your elemental symbols. Again, put yours however you like for your beliefs. There's no right or wrong. Now that you've tested out your altar and you got everything positioned, you can either draw another border, you can stamp a border. I'm using some washi tape here. I thought the black and white would look super nice. A very nice trim to finish it off. And now, the reveal. Yay! Your new little pop-up altar. Look at all these cute little goodies that you could do. Again, create your own colors. Design your little altar setup however you'd like. Change things around. You don't even have to put a sticky tape down. You can just put all your little items into an envelope and switch her up as many times as you'd like. Well, thanks so very much for hanging out with me, and have yourself an absolutely magical day.